Champ, for the last time this year, high performers. This is it, man.
Amen. It's been an interesting season, to say nonetheless. Man, all started this year for the Pies Footy channel, and these are the last Pie performers for the year, unless we do a season review, which maybe we do.
Maybe so, maybe so. We're due for a Pies Eyes podcast as well soon, so we're going to have to tease something up there. But yeah, we sure have ripped a few of the players this year, and we've probably loved up a couple players and broken up with them and gone back with them after a couple of weeks of separation anxiety. So I suppose that's the beauty of what the Pie performance brings us, and then we get ripped by the people in the chat. But here we are, man.
100%. 100%. You live and die by the sword by some of the things you say. And, you know, shooter makes me look bad this week. And then I'm back on the horse again this week saying, one good game. But we'll save that for later, champs, huh?
Yeah, I reckon you got that one right. And I feel like the one that I can sleep well with is Billy Band-Aid. At least we got those ones right,
Billy Band-Aid. And, mate, the call Josh Daicos into the half-back line, like, you guys don't see it, but some of the boys from footy, they watched the channel. And they were giving us a bit of stick at training, weren't they? Well, you get a big dog up you now because that looks like a bloody stroke of genius.
Hey, what do they say, man? Leave it to the
coaches. Leave it to the coaches, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Whole 72.
Yeah. Hey, let's quickly start in reverse order because I just want to let people know. Actually, no, we'll let people come through. We'll leave it to the end, the old people's champs. I was just going to show them the initial score before we do the final count at the end, but we'll just wait a little bit longer towards the back end. Q to the wing as well was a good one, but champs, and we'll address this in the Pie performance as we always do. He got moved back to the half back line, but I think it was to accommodate something. We'll talk about that in the segments, but for those who have not been here before, the Pie performers, you've come late, but better late than never, brother. Some would say, huh? And when you come, you find out that the Pie performers, what that entails is we essentially look at the numbers, look at the eye test, and we put together a Pies Footy subjective rating to what we think their level out of 10 was for the game, and it's relative to the role they play. So if Nick Daicos gets 25 and 1, it may not be a 10 out of 10 just because of how big his role and how important it plays in the team. So that's essentially the crux of it. Have I missed anything else, brother?
Nah, then at the end we do the people's champ, where we will vote for, well, you guys vote for who the best on ground is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 votes, much like the coaches' votes. And I think it's all sewed up for the year, but we'll say that for the end, won't we, champ?
Yes, sir. And speaking of a candidate for the people's champ, brother, why don't we get stuck into this and let's get the ball rolling thick and fast with one of our men of the year.
No. We can't stop. We can't start this hot, can we?
He's on top of the list, but if we can work around it. Do you want?
I want to live in a foreplay, champ. I want to. You know what I mean?
Right. There it is. There's your Greco wrestling, man. There's your Greco.
Yeah, how good's the Greco wrestling, huh?
Yeah.
All right, boys. Lippa on the weekend. Well, I think we summed it up best where it was really quiet for a lot of the season. He really linked up in plays, and it was made emergency a couple of weeks ago, and he's taken that on the chin. And when he was emergency, did fuck all, came on and did nothing. But since then, he's been playing good footy, and he has continued that on to the weekend, onto Friday night, and probably had a parallel of a game. Had 30 disposals, multiple inside 50s with 5, and he kicked a couple of nice goals as well. I just love the way he sets up and the amount of bends left on the snap. He just gets so much curl on it. Yeah. Easily his best game of the season. I don't think many of us could argue against that. 8 score involvements, 1 goal assist, even laid a few tackles. And wow, if it's any thing to hang your hat on is at the end of the season, and really need a big performance from him, and he definitely did that Best game of the season, up against it. I'm going to go out there, out the box, champs. I'm going 8.6 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. And I think when we see Lipinski play a little bit on the wing, he looks like a different player when he's compared to when he's stuck in the forward line. And we talk about his running capacity, brother. You brought it up last week. This week was no exception to the rule. I think he accumulated like 16 kilometers in running, which is the 14th most ever in the AFL. So that 8.5 is 18 kilometers, Kynan. Thank you. 18 kilometers, nuts. 12 marks, and obviously all of them uncontested. Just shows how well Collingwood owned the possession of the ball and the outside footy and the link-up play. So 8.6, brother? You want 8.6?
8.6, yeah. So he got the 17.4 kilometers to be precise. So absolutely running the house down, man. 28 sprinting efforts as well. Just goes to show his work rate. Because, early on, champ, if you guys weren't here, we're like, hey, he must be doing a lot of running or something that we don't see. Yeah. We did the stat check. Absolutely racks up the numbers there. And had a parallel of a game as well. 30 disposals, 2 goals, 7 score involvements. You take that in down the week.
Yep. 100%. All right, 8.6 out of 10. The Pinsky on the wing is a big tick, and hopefully we see it more. Fly McCrae next year. We'll move into one of the Daicos brothers. We'll move into one of them. I'm a little bit worried about this man because he's collected 40. He might have a bout or a case of leather poisoning and a case of stealing a couple Brownlow votes off his brother, potentially. 40 disposals. All I'm saying is, brother, Errol Goulden last year, there was a game late in the season where he had 40 and 40 goals and 2 touches. And someone stole votes off him. It was crazy how someone was able to steal votes off a 40 and 2 game. I'm just a little bit scared that Josh Daicos has done something in that fashion to steal some votes off Nick Daicos, despite how amazing. That's just me playing devil's advocate. I'll leave it at that. Josh Daicos, 40 disposals, 7 score involvements, which is out of this world for a halfback flanker. Man, he just does it all. I think what commentary don't pick up, and they don't acknowledge it enough, is how good the Daicos brothers are on their opposite foot. And I would argue that Josh Daicos' left foot is the best in the team. I won't go as far as to suggest the league because I don't watch every single other team and every single other player as closely as I do with Collingwood. Man, he just did all ground ball gets, whatever you wanted, he was there. Below the knees, left, right.
Yeah, and the good thing about him is so quick that even if the ball spills out of center clearance, he knows when to run and try and be that overlap runner to then rebound the ball, or not rebound, but surge the ball forward into our inside 50 or just up the line. He did that a few times on the weekend where he was able just to run past and get a handball, playing off the halfback as well, which is really what you want to see, a guy that can come in and notice the ball's going to be spilling out the back and just going for it.
100%. I mean, incredible. So if Lippa's an 8.6 and it's pretty good relative to his role. Josh Daicos, brother, 7 score involvements, 40 touches off the half-back line. 9.3.
Oh, it was a parallel of a performance.
Yeah,
I think there's only one man that beats him. I think we all know who it is.
Yeah. I do feel bad giving Josh Daicos a 9.3, but I think there was maybe a goal missing there, but they kicked it behind, so that's probably where the 10 would have come from. So,
the behind was a buddy, standing still. Thought he was Sav Rocker out there with the punt, man. Buddy topping the ball that far.
He's a good man, Josh Daicos. He's a good man. Who would you like, brother?
Give us SP10, champ. We'll work down the list.
Woo!
Biceps, unless you want me to be throwing them out, but I know sometimes we fight unintentionally.
Where is this? I'm franking it. Where is he? Here we go. Sorry, my bad.
Look at the guns, man. How can you miss the guns on the pre-selection day?
I couldn't see him, believe it or not.
Huh? Jesus. Well, boys, not only is he a gun in terms of his biceps, mate, his ability to perfectly weight the ball and hit up targets within our 50 is like we've been grown accustomed to it. But if you have dementia, you watch Friday's game, it's all coming back to you. Like his perfectly weighted inside 50 kick to Bobby Hill is absolutely elite. Like just goes over two defenders, straight hits him, nice and easy one. Bobby goes back and slots go, all right? So we saw that on 3 occasions, 3 inside 50s. He had 23 disposals, a lot of kicks, 16 of those were kicks as well. Lazy 1 goal assist is what I was talking about before, and 5 score involvements for the day. And it just doesn't really look like he's ever slowing down, is it? Like we just love him. We love him. I'm going to give the man good performance. I'm going to give him about. I'm feeling generous today. I'm gonna go about an 8, champ. I thought it was very good.
I feel like 23 disposals. It might not spring out to you, but man, whatever he did with the footy, he just did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
How many inside 50s was it? 3. It felt like he had fucking 10, but
anyways. Just the looks inside, and my God, I play within our inside 50. That's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
Of like our forwards just had great synergy on the weekend. It was great to see.
Yeah. So you said just an 8, just a typical FP 10-8. That's all.
Yeah.
All right. We'll give it to him. Hopefully, I hope we don't come back to rue this decision because it's generous, but I actually agree. So I mean, I just want to see. I'm just looking down further. I'm like, all right, we'll see how it's going to be an interesting one. But yeah, 8. Okay, now from one old man to the next.
Huh.
But we got him on someone's shoulders, so he looks a little bit younger, and he's got a fresh fade. So still Sidebottom. More time in the midfield this week. 70% CBAs, meaning centre bounce attendances. And Caleb and I have been saying, oh yeah, maybe it's time to let one of these veterans go. But here our case, right? This is our case, and if Caleb disagrees, I'm pretty sure he's on the same page with me because this is what we've come to. Sidey was playing not good for the most part, yeah? And it was on the wing, and it was on the half-back line. And at that point, we're like, all right, well, if he's holding up any youthful players, then okay, we've got to let him go. But then Fly says, hold on, play on Luke Davies-Uniacke in North Melbourne. We get a little taste test of what that could look like. And then in the last few weeks, he's played almost exclusively, not exclusively, but he's having a lot more of a split in the midfield with against Sydney, Brisbane, and of course, lastly, Melbourne. So now we go, all right, well, we've seen him in the middle. He's still got it in him in the middle. His running capacity is unbelievable. He's getting clearances. He's getting disposals. What do you get? 22 disposals, 4 inside 50s, and he kicked that amazing goal. Well, not amazing, but like he kicked that goal when he was told to rush it, even though he didn't want to play on.
Yeah.
And then, we also found out that we don't really have that great of an abundance of youth right now to come in for players like Sidebottom, Jeremy Howe, and Pendle. So with all that being considered, that's why I think Sidey still remains. Do you have anything to add to their chance before I give him my rating?
Nah. I think with how he was playing earlier in the year, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. Like when he has highs, like when he plays in the midfield, he's been very good for us. And I guess that's a silver lining you can see with that North Melbourne game. It's like, yes, we did an amazing comeback, but if LDU wasn't all on top of us and Sidey was asked to play in the middle, maybe it would have been Galanita to his career, man, because he wasn't playing much in the midfield before that. And that's silver line. There's a little bit of a butterfly effect, and he's turned back the clock every time he's been in the midfield. We'll cop that one on the chin, champ, but I still worry about what our aging list looks like and how we depart of everyone. That is a whole nother discussion. I don't know how it looks, but you can't deny the facts. He's playing good footy. So he probably goes around again for another 365-degree days, champ. 365 days, champ. Degrees, champ. Huh? One of those ones.
It's all good, champ. So, yeah, maybe we can talk about, with these vets, what their role will look like in the team next season in the Pies Eyes podcast as well. So I'll write that down before we forget. Vets in 2025. That could be one of the topics, how they play it out. So, okay, Sidebottom. What was he? 1, 2, 3, 4. He was the 6th highest rated Collingwood player on the ground, according to Champion Data. I thought he did nothing wrong. He played his role to a T. He kept Jack Viney, who he was actually tagging in the end. He kept Jack Viney to 11 disposals, brother, and Jack Viney had 30 last week. So for that, I'm also going to give Sidey an SP8.
SP8. Lock it in. Lock it in.
All right, done.
We go from an older player to a younger player, where we weren't 100% sold on this man either when he came into the side. He played on the wing. On the weekend, Flyers moved the magnets around, allowed him to play in the midfield, which, we need a bigger body midfield. He's quite athletic as well. He's 194 centimeters, which makes him about 6'3", 6'4" off the top of the head. And he showed a lot of ability to win the ball and rack up the touches. You saw in the first quarter get 5 disposals very, very quickly within the first half of the quarter, which is good to see. And he just continued there. 21 disposals for the game. And it was good because early on, I wasn't 100% sure about him. And I think Greatness was saying in the post-game shows, just keep going with him. Keep going with him. He's going to show something. And he showed something this weekend. Also had the 3 inside 50s. And he had a mammoth 9 score involvements. And he backed that up defensively with 6 tackles as well. So it was great to see a youngster come in, get in midfield position, even push Jack Crisp out onto the wing. And then he play the rest of the game. They could have easily switched if it wasn't working, but he pretty much hold him out on the wing, even though Crisp did have a good game. And IQ obviously swung into the back line because of that. So it was good to see. Looked like it was the right move. Good to see some young talent come through. Champ, I'm going to give him. I don't want to give him. I don't want to give another 8. Don't want to give another 8 because I feel like that's a cop out for the day. Why don't we give 19 pressure acts as well? Is huge.
I'm intrigued. To hear the number coming.
Can we go at 8.1?
Yeah, I was going to say 8.2. 8.2.
Yeah.
Champion Data says 2nd highest rated player, kicked the goal, most tackles it was a team high tackle. So 8.2. He was definitely probably impact wise was probably better than Side in SB10 in certain realms. So for that, we'll give the man 8.2. I'm totally fine with it. I was scared you were gonna be hesitant to go above the big dogs.
No. I think for a youngster to come in, and like I said, it could have easily not worked out. Jack Crisp could have gone back into the mid, and he got swung out to the wing, but it didn't happen. Right, he played well, so it was good to see.
Yep. All right, Will Parker. Now this. It's hard, man, because it really felt like Melbourne just came out to play some training simulation type of intra-club game, and the defense in particular, or not the defense, but the smaller players off the half back line had a field day. You had John Noble, Josh Daicos, and Will Parker was no exception. 17 disposals, 9 contested possessions, with 7 of them being ground ball gets, 8 intercept possessions, and 4 score involvements. Like, it just felt like in that first half, whatever Collingwood touched from the back line turned into gold. I think we had early in the game, we had 2 or 3 goals from D50 transition, which is much more difficult than the defensive half transitions because obviously it's a deeper starting point. But this was obviously Will Parker's best game by far, and he was the 5th highest Collingwood rated player for the game. I'd probably give the man a 7.5. I think by far his best game, and he's actually showed that he might have something in the kit bag for us in 2025, my friend.
Yeah, it didn't look too bad at times, running off the half back, and obviously I don't know if he was said, but he scored a nice goal as well. Cheeky 2 little bounces and a goal, so that was good to see as well. Yeah, what did you give him? 7.5?
Yeah, I think maybe 7.7. He kicked that goal. I did forget that. He just ran waltzing through that bounce. 7.6? Well,
Yeah, we'll give it a 7.5 champ. It was a little bit quiet though, to be fair. Like he wasn't quiet, but it was quiet for a defender champ. You know what I mean? Like the balls at the end there all too much.
yeah, he didn't have to do anything too defensively related.
Yeah. All right, cool, champ. Well, we'll go on into the next player. We'll go Bobby Hill. Well, Bobby had a very very good game. Very good game on the weekend. What I liked about him was his ability to obviously impact the scoreboard, which is what we've wanted him to impact the scoreboard, but also he just looks so dangerous, doesn't he, champ? Like the way he goes, he shows that razzle dazzle, but wasn't too much razzle dazzle. What springs to mind is when he was on the boundary and just bounce hand blasts that through, and then we get that goal from that. I love that. He, if you want to talk about stats, 17 disposals. What he's kind of hang his hat on this year as well is really getting involved in the goal assist, 2 goal assists, really facilitating that forward line, and 8 score involvements. But it's just the way the forwards are moving, and I guess you can put that to maybe Melbourne. I guess you could put it to 2 things, right? Melbourne not defending probably as hard as we've seen them in the past, or 2, our forwards and just like, hey, we've got nothing to lose here. And they played with a lot more freedom, because I thought the way we just moved our ball was in that forward 50 was, we haven't seen like that clean, that well. Like the boys, I think Bobby Hill got the ball back from, who was it? He kicks it in deep to someone, and then they kick it back out to him, and then he goes back and slots the goal, right? Like that, it just looked like they were having fun out there. So for his impact on the scoreboard, the razzle dazzle, I'm giving him, I reckon, champ, we're getting on some high ratings, but 8.3, man. 8.3. You reckon?
Can we deduct that to a 7.9, just because I think what the chat is referring to as well. And 8, just because sometimes there were moments in the game where he just needed to take the moment upon himself. There was a couple times where he just gave the ball off where he probably didn't need to. It's that shit he did early in the season, particularly in that bad form slump. And I just want him to just take the moment. So can we just go to an 8 just for that?
Oh, yeah, why not? Well, it seems like the number of the night, isn't it?
It is. It's a lot of 8s, man. It's a good game, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Champ, so I think you were meant to do Elliott.
No.
So that's okay. I'll do DC now, and then you do Noble, and then we'll return to the normal rotation. So I've got DC. My man, I need to get this guy's jersey, brother, after a season like this, man. Seriously. All right. If it wasn't for Nick Daicos, this guy would have the Copeland Trophy medal and may or may not be the People's Champ. What did we get from Darcy Cameron? In that first quarter and maybe even the second quarter, when the game was up for grabs, I felt like DC had it over Max Gawn. He had kicked 2 goals early, was matching him in the ruck contest. I think in the end, it wasn't a massive differential. So Gawny had 25 hit outs and DC had 16. So it was a battle in the contest when it came to the ruck taps. But around the ground, Max Gawn had some moments later in the game, but again, the game was cooked at that point. Yeah. What did DC finish with? He had 13 disposals, one intercept mark. So down from his usual self, brother, when it comes to intercept marks, but 3 shots, 2 goals, a really nice finish in one of them, 5 score involvements. Yeah. Was it his best game? No, but when he needed to play well throughout that game, when the game was on early, he was there and matched it against who will be the number 1 All-Australian ruckman. So it just goes to show DC has put his hand up to at least be in the final 40. Please.
One can hope.
Don't know if I can give him an 8, brother, but I can give him a 7.8.
Yeah. Yeah, look, 7.8 seems reasonable. That snap on the boundary, I've seen that a few times this year. I love the way he presents when he is resting up forward.
Yeah.
It just like I don't know. I don't know. He's on a key back or he's on and he just seems to still burn him for pace and just has 2 steps on him and just clunks really clean. Like he's just very clean. Those leads are clean, man. And he's got a good set shot as well. So it's good to see. Maybe we have a look at his shooting statistics in the background, but I feel like he's been very, very reliable in front of goal this year.
He has been, and even I think over the last course of his last few years, he's maybe Bobby Hill can take a couple lessons from the man. I don't know. He's very fundamental based, isn't he? Where's scoring?
Well, he's 73.3% at scoring this year, and he scored 11 goals. So he's been pretty damn good.
I mean, amongst the league, that would probably be one of the highest returns, and probably number one in the ruck if I had to guess. So there we go, brother. That's a stat we can take with us and sail away into the off season with.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I'm going to jump a little bit ahead on the list here, champ. But I'm already down, so it should be fine. But we're talking about ruckman. We'll talk about another ruckman that's for us. The American hero, Mason Cox. What I like about Mason Cox is obviously his hit out to advantage is very, very good. Last time I checked, it was 1 in 3, which puts him in a very high league category. And it was about 45% every time he just hits the ball. So it doesn't hit out to advantage, but he just gets a hand on it, right? What I like about him as well is his body positioning off kick outs in particular. And he knows he's not going to clunk it. It's very contested. But he bodies it out enough to then put a hand down and then someone's there to clean the ball up and we surge the footy forward. I think that's very underrated and skill about Coxie that people don't really talk about enough is his ability to bring down the ball in those type of situations. Right? Would you agree with that statement, Chet?
100%. He's become... Bro, this, he did not, obviously he didn't come into the league like this, but this last 12 months, the things he's been able to do in a ruck, very good. And Manny told us about him earlier as well, brother. He was all about Mason Cox in the middle.
Yeah, and look, I feel like for me, the eye-opening moment was when we didn't have Coxie in the side. I think I took it for granted what he provides with being that backup ruckman as well.
I feel like I took him more for granted than you did, though. I feel like you you believed in him a little bit more because you didn't believe in Kruger as much as I believe in Kruger, sort of thing, right?
Yeah, true. Still not setting the bar too high, champ.
True.
But that being said,
don't tell yourself, brother. You back this man in.
Yeah, we're backing him in. Look, didn't hit the scoreboard, but I still thought he was pretty decent. 3 score involvements in there as well. I reckon I'm just going to give him. Look. I don't think it was the most amazing game, champ. I'm going to just give him a pass mark for the day.
Yeah, that's fair. In the pregame show, someone said, "Oh, Mason Cox, he can't take a mark. He's such a liability." And then I go, "Hold on, man. I know what my eyes tell me, but let me just go check the stats. Top 10 in the league for contested marks this year." I was like, "Come on, man. What is that?
He's not really that high.
That garbage, man. Get out of here." 6 out of 10. All right.
6 out of 10.
Okay. I'm lost in this pecking order, brother. Can you just tell me someone? Give me someone that you won't have.
Oh, I don't even have the list open, champ. You have IQ. I know that for sure.
All right. It must be noted, this was a high forward half game for Collingwood. I mean, we scored 63 points from within our forward half. So it just goes to show how much it lived within the forward half of our game, which naturally means our defenders defensively aren't going to have a lot to do. And with Isaac Quaynor returning to the defense, he's not going to get the ball before Josh Daicos, John Noble, and probably not even Will Parker, because Will Parker serves the purpose of obviously being able to use the ball. And that's why we see Isaac Quaynor with not a low count, because he's had much less this season. He had 11 disposals. Hold on, champ. 3 intercept marks. Hold on now. But that's the forward half game as well. No, man.
Second highest in the game, man. Highest for
Jeez.
Collingwood.
My bad. I thought you were looking at me funny, brother. I was like, I'm missing something here. so that's good. And at the same time, forward half territory game means when they smack it out of their D50, brother, you'd want to hope that the boys are set up so they can do these ones. Yeah. And I can't remember a single intercept mark from Isaac Quaynor. So that's...
You don't remember? He positioned himself well. He took 2 intercept marks that I remember that there were chest marks, but he didn't take them clean. Like, it was a fun, like, grab, then grab again, which isn't like him. And he did that on 2 occasions. Can't remember the 3rd intercept mark, but I know 2 for sure. And one thing I've noticed is he does this very, very strange thing that I don't understand why. I can't even remember what quarter it was, second quarter. But I remember it was one of my points I wrote it down in my notes earlier on in the year, and then he did it again on the weekend, is sometimes he'll be front and center. The ball's gone over his head. Then he just sprints. Instead of just waiting and holding position in front of center if the ball spills down, he'll try run to the back of the stoppage like it's going to go over the flight. And then the ball in both occasions was front and center. And I understand there's a bit of like reading the play, but also Darcy Moore in this instance on the weekend was behind the play. So there was no need for him to try rush past. He should have just gone front and center. It was right on the wing. It's a really weird trait. Like you'd think he'd stay front and center, but he doesn't. That's just one thing I've noticed. Moving on, hopefully, like he fixes that. Like, there's no need. I think front and center is normally a better position to be in than floating around the back, especially if someone's already there, champs. But little odd thing that I noticed on the weekend, but I thought it was a pretty all right game for the man.
I think on that, brother, just to extend that, he just lacks a bit of IQ, a little bit of IQ, and I'm scared. I'm scared for him because brother, sometimes if you don't have the IQ, you just don't have it, man. It might be your namesake, but it might not be in your footy fucking footy bag. I don't know, man. It's just not there. I've seen some funny things from this good looking guy, but not good looking footy stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
what's your score, man?
Man, like we're judging his game, not his IQ throughout the course of the season, I suppose. 6.8. I know I see the 3 intercept marks, but it's just like a lot. It's just like, was it really? 7, champ. I don't know, man. Help me out, man.
I don't know, man. He 90% disposal efficiency at that as well. 8 kicks, 3 handballs.
Help me out, man. I'm scared.
Move the ball.
I'm scared, man.
Hey, man. There's no point being scared, man. This is the last pipe performance for the year, man.
I'll give him a 7.2. I'll give him a 7.2.
All I got to say is only the real hardcore fans are in this right now, man. I think a lot of us I reckon this 29 people in here right now is the exact same amount of people that stayed around after the thunderstorm. You guys are true footy fans right here. You know what I mean?
They're the ones that you got to start small, and these guys, they're always here. Fucking Boomer, Quaynor, Stephanos is always here. Jim of the Jimbos. These are the foundations, brother.
Jim of the Jimbo he's absolutely cooked me, by the way, because I work with the Jimmy. And every time I say Jim, I just think of Jim with the Jimbos. I don't know why, but it's that association that I didn't think I needed. But here we are.
And so we can't figure AA187 and Melissa Wegener as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Champ, find your next guy. I was going to pull up something for reference while you pull up the next player.
Yeah, let me... Well, Champ, we'll talk about another guy who played in the defense on the weekend. We'll talk about Noble. So, what did we think of Noble's game? Well, like Anthony said before, there wasn't really much to talk about, was there, Champs? Why I fucking cook this? Why I cook this, Champs? Why can I not find this, man? Why can I not find this, man? I actually don't remember fuck all about his game, to be honest.
I'll let you try find him. I want to see how long this takes.
No. Here we go. To be honest, 90 disposals, 20 disposals, 10 kicks, 10 handballs. What else did we see? 7 intercept possessions, which wasn't too bad, champ.
Yeah.
15 pressure acts, 2 tackles. By the stat line, it was quite a good game for John Noble. Well, I don't know why I'm blanking on the man though.
I can try help you out. What 20? He had 20 touches. I thought he played well. I don't think he did much wrong. And I'm not checking the disposal efficiencies well off the top of my head, brother. He was almost flawless with his ball use, and that is 95%. Okay, well there you go. I wasn't too far off there. I think he definitely deserves a decent rating, and 7 intercept possessions is pretty decent for the little blonde man as well.
Yeah, look, champ. I'll just give him a 7. I give him a 7 out of 10 because I've blanked out a little bit here with the man. But hey, we move, man.
That's right. 7 out of 10 for Johnny Noble. He's rebounded well in the last few weeks, so it's good to see. It's good to see, brother. 40 points from defensive half for the team, so we're coming back into 2025 with some good signs, but a little bit too late for that, hey?
I was living in hope. St Kilda when they...
Fuck, man. 150 points, huh?
Yep, 150 points.
All right. Jeremy Howe. One of those games, once again, where we've mentioned it a few times in this show, where players sometimes go missing because of the way the game's played. Jeremy Howe had 14 touches and 2 intercept marks. Nothing too crazy. I feel like he's been one of our best players over the course of the 6 weeks. My only knock on Jeremy Howe at times is I guess it's because he has the license to take on risky kicks, but he's not impervious to a stupid, horrendous turnover when it comes to his ball use. I don't know if it's necessarily his technique. It's not his technique because he's a beautiful kick of the footy. Sometimes his decision making
just bites off a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
He's a little bit too confident, sometimes. But you got to live with that. Like you got to give the pen license to someone, brother. And if it's not going to be me, it better be somebody else. So
it better not be fucking Oleg Markov when he's back.
Yeah,
that's all I got to say.
We keep the grey lids for the Oleg Markovs of the world, and then the blue ink pen, we'll give that to Jeremy Howe, and we'll live with his mistakes. That's okay. Just a simple 7 for Jeremy Howe, I think.
Yeah, lock it in, man. Or 7.
Hold on. 6.5?
Sorry, man. I
6.5.
No, they're a bit high, champ. No.
Nah, 14 touches, 2 intercept marks.
What about 6.5, man?
6.5. Oh, you want to go down? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I was going down, man.
Oh, yeah. No, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I just said yes and didn't really agree. I'm like, wait a minute. Did this man just say 7? What the fuck?
Yeah. No, all good. Hey, man, 65% forward.
Fuck it off, man. All right, Jack Chris. All right. He played on the wing on the weekend, which, we haven't really seen him too much on that position this year. And it allowed Ed Allan to do the performance that he did, which was great to see from a youngster. And even in that position, he actually did all right, Chris. I actually thought he was quite good. He had 20 disposals, 2 inside 50s, and had 2 goal assists, which was huge, and 6 score involvement. So he was around it. A lot of good handballs around there, just being able to link the play into the forward line as well. That said, he also had the 12 pressure acts, and it was good to see just flexibility, I would say, with allowing or versatility, I could say, for Jack Chris, being able to play in the halfback, into the guts and into the wing and still make an impact on the game. So that was great to see him playing at, I'm going to call it out of position, champ, still impacting the game the way he did. I'm going a 7.4 for the man.
Yeah. And all year, since the boys, the cavalry have come back into the team, we've been saying Crisp needs more time in middle. But what it seems like is Crisp is one of those players who will sacrifice his impact in the game for the betterment of other players to get involved, like Nick Daicos, to keep Pendlebury in the middle, allow Ed Allan to play in the middle. Like, I guess he's that guy, man. He's that guy. So,
He is.
sort of like Hoskin Elliott, but forever underrated and underappreciated, I think, to a certain extent. No?
I love the man. Not in my eyes. Never underappreciated. All right, James, who you got for us?
Froze.
Huh?
You froze.
Did I freeze?
Yeah, I thought you froze.
I said he's never he's not underappreciated in my eyes, champ.
Not in my eyes either. Not in my eyes either. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Moving on. Jamie Elliott. All right. Once again, one of the since he's come back from injury, I don't think he's necessarily taken the grips of the game necessarily. I feel like he's battled hard, but certain things haven't gone his way. He's still, in my opinion, one of the best small to medium-sized forwards who can mark overhead. Clearly, he's sitting on Ben McCrae's head there, who's 6'6", and maybe takes mark of the year, maybe not, depending on how they interpret Bobby Hill's one. But Jamie Elliott for this game had 13 touches, 1 contested mark, 4 shots, 1 goal, 2. So I feel like he's lost his accuracy in recent times. Like 2022, I just want to quickly check. 2022, he was incredibly accurate, and I hope the stats back me up here. And in the last 2 years, he's sort of just had a scene of decline. I'm not right in saying that, I guess. 46% in 2022, brother, and down to 44% in 2024. So slightly, we'll call it slightly right. And he's averaging less shots this year, so maybe it's around the mark. Anyways, I would give Jamie Elliott just the pass mark for the game on the weekend.
Yeah, 6 out of 10. I'd back that in, champs. I'd back a 6 out of 10.
Yeah. Another Jimbo says it really well. Another almost game from Billy. We have high standards for him.
We do. I'd still rather him out there than anyone else. And it does impact.
Where's Schultz, man? I'm waiting for you to pull him up.
How did you know? I was hovering over the man?
I could hear just the way you were talking about Jamie Elliott just then, and then I knew what you were parlaying into.
I was about to say one person I'd rather not have out here is this man right here. But I don't know, boys. I don't know. Maybe I'm on the hate train. I don't know. I just see we've given up so much for the man. He's played a good quarter last week. Did he mean to grab a read in there? Did he not mean to grab a read in there? We can agree to disagree. I can maybe see it. Maybe I do see a little bit of the grab and kick in there. But that was last week. All right. My man, like, he misses easy handballs. He's too slow with his decision making at times. And I think that's the thing. I think it's his decision making sometimes. It's just a little bit too. I don't know if he thinks he's got more time than what he does, or he just panics. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, boys. What do you reckon? But
needs a psychoanalysis test, man. I think he's scared.
Yeah. That being said, he had 15 disposals, and he was pretty decent defensively. He had 4 tackles, 15 pressure acts as well. Well, man, I don't know. Can I give him under a pass mark? Will I be hated for this? I'm not. Will people come for me? Am I seeing it out of a negative lens? Do I care?
Don't be scared, champ.
Do I care? Not really, to be honest. I'll die on the hill. Let's give him a. I'm getting threatened, man. Let's give him a 5.5, man. I'm going to 5.5 Peter.
Nah, man. Fuck it off, man.
What do you reckon, Champs?
Don't be a whip, man. Just do it.
Oh, man, you tell me, man. You tell me, man.
Give him a 3, bro. Bro, he had 2 shots on goal, didn't register. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Everything he touched, it just turnovers. I remember when I was watching the game with Chris, every time he did something wrong or whenever he had the ball, we were already looking at each other and we look back at the screen and he's done something wrong with the ball. And we look back at each other, we don't say anything, and then we have a sip of our coffee and move on. Three.
I don't know, man. He's a bit of a Frank, man. Like,
Yeah,
how do you
three.
miss that handball?
Three.
Like, you know the one I'm talking about on the half back line? I coach under 15s.
He did a lot wrong. He did a lot wrong.
I coach under 15s. I don't even see them do that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, what's with that, cuz? I don't know, man. Fuck it. Jim and the Jimbos, we'll lock in a 3. You got to think about what we gave up for this man. You know what I mean? We gave up a lot for him. Hopefully he turns it around. But we can go to the fucking KFC parking lot and punch on. I'll punch on with a bloody fan. Who cares?
Bro's lost the plot. Moving on.
Oh.
Joe Richards.
Yeah. Why are you trying to trade him for, man?
We're not trying to trade him. It's just we don't want to give him.
I saw the video.
Apparently. I'm just saying, apparently we don't want to give him 3 years. Port Adelaide do. And I think he just put himself in front of the windows at Red Light District on Friday night. In the windows, man. You know what I mean? Just showing himself, showing a bit about what he's got. And all it's probably doing is solidifying why Port Adelaide are chasing them heavily. And Collingwood are probably going to be too scared to invest in this guy because we've already invested in Lachie Schultz. And we're going to be naive. And we're going to let this guy go. And we're going to keep playing Lachie Schultz. And then we're fucked. So, I talk about this guy's game on a sour note because maybe if he doesn't play so well, maybe he'll accept that 2-year contract at Collingwood. Who knows? But he was everywhere, I felt, for a high half forward. 19 disposals, 1 goal, 4 score involvements. It's just like he's one of those players like when he has the ball, you remember when he had the ball and you remember what he did with it because it was so good and so effective. So it's 19 disposals, it's this, it's that, but it just feels like an SP8. SP10, 8 out of 10. Yeah, SP8, 8 out of 10. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm just gonna give him an 8 out of 10.
I couldn't agree more with your statement that you remember when he gets the ball. I don't know if it's because we're on the train with Joe Richards. We love him. Would hate to see him go. But if we're not going to give him the contract, maybe I don't know.
Brother, you know how it is when they don't want you want them more, and you notice them more. You know how it works.
All right, Jez. I got to move on before we get really trouble, man.
It's the art of seduction, man.
Yeah, man. We'll go on to this, man. Right here.
Don't blush, baby.
Huh? Darcy Moore got gallinated, slide in. Some of these ones, bro. He got knocked out.
The Undertaker got taken under, bro.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Cozzy Pickett, you dog. You dog. Talk about Maynard, man. Fuck it off, man. You guys are dogs. Nah, dog. Look, it was unfortunate. He slid in. Cozzy did elect to bump. He'll get a few weeks. Miss the start of next season. Sucks to suck. I did think his impact around the ground was pretty good in regards to just making contests when he was out there. Just spoiling the ball and stuff like that. As apparently Cozzy got 3 weeks. So we'll see if they challenge that. But I just thought he was half in contest, and that's what I want from Darcy Moore. If you're not intercepting, marking the ball, which he did have 1 intercept mark for the game, and it was looking pretty decent before that. I thought he could have been a game and a half for the man, but he got knocked out, man. He got Ben Askren. It is what it is. These things happen. You know what? I want to call it a Ben Askren moment. I'll call it the Conor McGregor on our cowboy type one with the shoulder. Remember that fight champs? Anyway, it's hard, man. It's a game of he was setting himself up to be very, very good. Very good. 142 meters gained off 4 kicks. Just talk about the impact you have moving the ball, right? I'll give him. I want to give him like a it's hard, right? Because I want to give him like a 6 and an 8, like 6.8 to like a 7. But he did get Galanita, champ, early on. But I think he was setting himself up quite nicely. What's the time on ground? 34%. Nah, fuck it. I'm going to give him a 7. I'll give him a 7.
Hey, Eddie, man. Lock it in, man.
Lock it in, man.
Lock it in. All right. I'm happy with that. And he deserves it. He deserves it after his troubles for the season. So we'll let him have it, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you got this man, brother, but I'm taking him anyways because I'm running out of ideas. So,
Nah, you had him, man.
All right, nice. Beau McCreery, man, brother, we talk about like missing players, not realizing how good certain players were while they were out. Beau's one of them. We talked about Mason Cox, and now we're talking about Beau McCreery. Although I want to make the fact that Beau was definitely not playing as well as he is now prior to his injury. And maybe that was part in Collingwood trying to play him through the middle where maybe he's not super accustomed to just yet, not super acclimatized.
No. Hey, champ, don't kill that dream, man. Big
That's not
preseason. Big preseason. He's going to train the house down. All the reports are going to be at, hey, Beau McCreery, he's the one. Training the house down. And hopefully he doesn't train.
I knew you weren't going to like that. But yeah, he'll acclimatize. But anyways, he moved back into his habitat, the half-forward role, rolling into stoppages, sprinting through to the center. Man, he just looks untouchable. He's a bull. And he's getting clearances in the stoppages. He had 2 clearances this game. He's been averaging that for the last 5 games. He's got 3 goals in his last 5 games without scoring a goal against the D's on the weekend. Like, a much open game, so obviously not something that Beau necessarily thrives in compared to what a finals-like game felt like. This was the furthest thing from a finals game, for being honest. It's not a massive game, so I'm still going to have to give Beau just I can't give him any more than a 6.8. I really can't. Like, I feel like that's probably on the generous side.
I was thinking a 6.5 for the man, so a 6.8 we'll go there, champ. It's pretty close. Close enough.
Yeah. Got 2 more, brother? No, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, yeah, I've got. Do you want Hyphen or you want Dean? Which one do you want?
I'll go Dean.
You go Dean? All right, man. Easy then. I will go Hyphen then. I will go Hyphen. All right, so Charlie Dean. On his game on the weekend. So he really did not just he didn't impact the ball that much, did he? Like, I know it's quiet for the defenders, but he really didn't do too much out there. Had 9 disposals. How many intercept possessions? 4 intercept possessions there. 5 little cheapy marks as well, which wasn't too bad. I'm just going to give him, because he was quiet. I'm going to give the man. I'm going to give him I'd give him a pass mark, man, just because he's young. You could argue a little bit lower. Don't want to hurt the man's confidence, man. I'll give him a 6. What do you reckon? You could argue a little lower.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I don't think there's any need to finish with a player beneath a pass mark tonight. I think a 6 is fair enough.
Yeah,
Even though he played the conditions of the game. He played the conditions of the game. And brother, you know what? Hoskin Elliott, Charlie Dean, potato. Hoskin Elliott. Let me get his photo up at least. Let's at least pay tribute to the tricep that is otherwise non-existent. Really, like, it looks good here. It's a good angle. He's mogging me. So,
all I gotta say is that would have been the most goated moment for you if you stole Nick Daicos back off me.
Oh, no.
That would have been. I was hoping you wouldn't do it. But I was like, that would be jokes. Like, I'd be like,
I couldn't possibly do that. That would be funny. That would have been funny, but I think that would have come at a cost, brother. Would have come at a cost. So I won't do that to you. But I did forget about him anyway. So, but food for thought next time. 8 touches, 2 contested marks, 4 shots, 1 goal, 3. Mate, he could have had an 8.5 out of 10 if he kicks straight and if he's efficient with his little amount of disposals. I think I can give Hoskin Elliott I'll give him a 6 as well.
Give him a 6. Pass mark.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, it's come to that time of the day. Oh, wait. You probably got one more, right? You got Finn, right?
Oh, there's Bruzzy, Finn, and Goat.
Do you want? Well, I don't have any of those players listed, but that's all right. Well, we'll give the man. I'll go. No, you know what? I don't trust you. I'm gonna go the goat right now. Just so we've been out of the way. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Bruzzy. But that would have been shambles, man. I would have left the show if you did that to me. Finish it off yourself. But Nick Daicos, boys and girls, if you weren't watching the game, if you don't think he's best on, you blind. Hopefully he gets all the Brownlow votes for the game. Hopefully Josh doesn't steal a couple off him. But this, I don't know, man. Do I need to talk? Do I? Do we lock in a 12 out of 10 champ? I think we do. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. 2 goals, whatever. Impact, 10 inside 50s, 9 clearances. Seems like the standard for him. I swear he's got 9 clearances the last 3 weeks. Absolutely crazy. 25 kicks, 15 handballs, 11 score involvements at that as well. My God, build a fucking statue for the man already. Just do it. Lock it in. Lock it in, man. Who was I talking to? Was it you, Chap, or was it someone at work saying, hey, man, we need Peter Daicos. He needs to start doing some work. And we just need to start pumping out clones, man.
You said that, so now you've just exposed yourself because you claimed it as your own, but now you're telling me you got it from someone else, brother.
Did I say that? I don't know, man. I saw someone said that. I'll take it.
You're asking the wrong person, man, when it comes to recollection.
Hey, 12 out of 10, man. 12 out of 10 for the man.
All right, done. All right, last 2. We'll get through them. Brayden Maynard, just your average 15 touches per game for the year, really, essentially. That's what it ended up being, roughly, give or take. Guys, one of those games where these players probably go missing because of the way their game's played. It was a forward half game. I don't know what to say. 65% of the time in that game was spent in Collingwood's forward half. What do you expect Brayden Maynard to do? He still had 7 intercept possessions, 15 touches. I'll give him a 6.5.
Lock it in. I love the man. Love it. And then, look, we'll finish it off with Finlay McCrae. Champ, didn't finish the video. Where do you have Finn? Is he out of contract? Is he not out of contract?
He's not out of contract. He's got another year on, but he's either going to get traded in the off season or he's going to stay with us. We won't delist him. We can't delist him because he's not at the end of his contract.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't anyway, right? Like, no. He does come on and have performances. Like, I thought he was actually quite serviceable. You know, he came on after Darcy got gallinated. 11 disposals for the man, 3 inside 50s, a few pressure acts, 4 scoring involvements as well. I'll take that. I'll take that for the emergency. Yeah, I'll give him the smack on the pass mark, champ. What do you reckon?
Yeah, no, give me 6.5. Just because. Maybe, hey, brother, put it this way, right? Maybe the list management will see us give him a 6.5. Like, hey, maybe we're going to give this man some more opportunities. I don't know. Not saying he deserves it, but I'm just saying 6.5, 6 could be make or break for his career.
He's had his chances this year, man. Like, if I'm a VFL player trying to crack into Collingwood, this was the year to do it. 100%. We trialed so many people, had so many injuries. It is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fortunately, he didn't. I don't want to say if he didn't take his opportunities as best as he could, but I think he had the chances to really cement his spot.
And champ, you just planted another seed for Pies Eyes podcast. How did our depth go in 2024, and what does that look like for 2025? So it's another one. Bang. Yeah. What's that? I see 11 comments in the live stream. What's going on? Hold on a minute. Jay Tomo's here. There's an extra shot. Peter Ambrosio, suck Cox. Suck Mason Cox, Carlton, in the finals. Delete your channel, Mason Coxes.
Enough, man.
All right, man.
Fair
Kick
enough,
back,
man. You're gonna get knocked out by Brisbane, man.
Yeah, kick back, man. Go lose to Brisbane again at the Gabba, man. Go cry yourself to sleep, man.
2-0. Hey, bet them twice this year.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. People's champ, right?
People's champ. People's champ.
People's champ. So this is where we are at after the Brisbane Lions game. So I know you guys can't do math, so you guys don't know who the winner is yet, even though there's a maximum of 5 votes. So we'll get the poll going. Brother,
Don't insult our viewers like that.
I'm just saying, just pretend they don't know how to do math, to pretend they don't know who the winner's going to be, because we still got to do the votes for the last round.
Go on then, lad.
Keep him busy, man.
All right, boys. Well, Anthony is going to pull up the poll. You guys will vote for your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you just click on, simply, who you believe deserves the allotted points you guys are going to be voting for. So, number 5, we'll have a few players up. It should just really be 4 options of Nick Daicos, if you're asking. But it is what it is. We will see. And yeah, that's about it, champ. You probably got Nick Daicos, Josh Daicos, back to Nick, back to Josh. That probably should be only your options, right? Who else are you going to even write in there, man?
There we go. The poll's out. So our options are. Oh no! Fuck it franked it, man.
What did you do, man?
Now the joke's not as funny. Brother, death taxes and Anthony Cassette messing up the poll.
What'd you fuck, man?
I just ended it. I just ended the poll. Jimbo says that was quick.
You're a freak, man. I see that.
All right. All right. So, Daicos, Nick, JD, or Daicos?
You mean Jack Daniels or what?
Could be both, brother. Could be both. 4 votes. Brother, who you going? You going Daicos or Nick?
Go on, Nick.
One person went JD. Now, I don't know if they went Jack Daicos or if they went Jack Daniels.
We'll see, man. We will see.
All right. Well, that's 9 votes, and Daicos already at 89%. So I think we'll just end that there. Yes, we will. Okay. So 5, Daicos. 4 votes. I feel like we're doing the Brownlow, brother, when you and there's a few rounds left, but you already know who's won. And Gil McLaughlin's just rushing through the vote count.
Speed running it, yeah.
Yeah. Daicos, Lippa. Fuck, a few 8s I've got to scrounge through here, brother. No.
Just do Josh Daicos, man. Ed Allan.
One more, brother.
You got Pendles.
Yeah. SP8.
SP8. Rename it. Quaynor now.
SP8. All right. That's there, guys.
Oh, man. How's fucking BT's commentary sometimes, man? Guys, I think after Will Parker kicks the goals, like, is he more of a wrong-un or more of an off-spinner or some shit, man? We get it, man. He played cricket. Let him have the moment. Fuck.
All this
Oh, man. How good.
Oh, Nick Daicos and Cameron are in the final 40.
Oh, let's double check that, champ.
Pull it up, Jamie. Pull it up, Jamie.
I'm trying to pull up.
Daicos, 4 votes, locked in. Stark, 3 votes.
Just now. Oof, the man's there. I see him.
So who's there? What about Sherry and Marshall? Or did Marshall not make it?
Sorry, man. I'm just Yes, Darcy Cameron. How good, boys. Sherry is there.
Yep.
The ruck. And where's Gorn? Surely Gorn's there.
Gordy has to be there.
Yeah, so Gorn, Sherry, Cameron.
Yeah. So Sherry will just beat DC, but we wanted DC in the final 40, and we're happy with that, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. We'll take it.
Bro, careful what you wish for, man. If I have to live through BT and Kelly Underwood in the same game on a Sunday at 3:20,
I don't know, man. I'd pay to see it at least once.
I'll pay
it would be
I'll pay for a quarter, man. 1 quarter, man.
1 quarter?
1 quarter.
Oh,
if that. Just one sequence, brother, and I've heard all of that I needed to hear. All right, 3 votes is a close one, my friend. So Daicos got the 4, 3 votes. We're looking at Lippa ahead of Sidey, Allan, and SP8.
Lippa actually had a cracker game, actually.
30 and 2, man. We call Beyond
Yeah.
Blue. I'll be calling Beyond Blue after the first sequence, Jimbo. I'm telling you.
I'd love to hear Pommy.
Yeah.
How about Pommy commentating a game? That's something I'd like to see.
That'd be funny. Bro, you know what I've noticed? He mentions Christopher Reeves in every video now, like every live stream. It was funny, but now because I've picked up on his quirks and his analogies, brother, he's got this rotation going. So it's just automatic. It's automatic for him.
I just love it when he refers to us as those cockheads from Pies Footy. Or those cockheads from Pies Footy.
When he's angry, it's always, everyone's a cockhead. Jack Higgins, cockhead. Fucking
yeah.
Harry Underwood, cockhead.
Oh.
Tommy, I know you'll be watching this back, mate, in your little Carlton lair with all your lights in your corner.
Does he shower? No one knows. Oh, fuck.
He keeps mentioning Mrs. Pom, but we don't know if there actually is one.
It's a doll, man. That's a doll.
It's a fantasy, man.
Oh, man.
I hope Pommy sees this. There's a bit jokes. Lippa gets the 3 votes, by the way. Lippa gets the 3 votes. All right, last 2 guys for good measure. 2 votes. SP.
Who do you reckon's on his doll, man? Is it Quaynor or is it Chris?
On his what? Sorry.
On the doll, man. Printed on the face.
I'll be Alex Sincotta for sure. It's his man. It's Bobby. All right. 2 votes. Let's go. Carlton fans did. The orange team. Yeah, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious, man. All right. Where are we at?
Who
would you give it? SP8, Sidey, Allan, or Bobby?
I'd give it to Allan. Ed Allan, I reckon. Who would you give it to?
Yeah, I reckon Allan. I think Ed Allan.
Yeah.
Relative to his role. It's nearly the end of the song, brother. How do you feel, man? These are the 1 high performers.
I would have loved to start this earlier. I reckon it'd be good to do a whole season next year, but I think it works well. You can definitely notice trends on when we win, when we lose about the People's Champ, the Pie Performers videos, much like today. Yeah. But hey, man, it's been good. It's been good. I'm not gonna lie, it was probably with the first 2 episodes was probably the most nerve-wracking because I didn't know, because you're new to it, you don't know, like you don't want to say anything wrong, you don't want to give an outrageous score, but then, hey man, you rewind 2 episodes ago, I'm giving it to bloody Schultz Life. You can understand, hey, shackles are off, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is.
We got to put together we got to put together post game compilations and Pie Performer compilations. I think that'll be something.
We'll scroll through. There's some funny moments. There is some definitely funny moments from the Pies, the People's Champ, not People's Champ, Pies Eyes podcast, where sometimes we'll have a guest on and we don't talk and they don't understand we're throwing it to them. So it just leads to a moment of me Anthony, and the guest just kind of looking at each other like nothing's been said, which is always a bit of jokes. Full bot moment. Full Kruger on the wing, controller dies moment. 7 seconds left.
You know what would be a cool little meme generator? You get that frame of Kruger like frozen, but you instead of holding the footy, you put a controller overlay on it. Okay.
Much like, remember when Harden full DC'd back in the day? And
Yeah.
he just kept jogging next to the ball?
Yeah. I remember that.
Oh.
Ed Allan gets the 2. And then lucky last, man. 1 vote. Let's call it a night. Here we go. Sidey. Wait, why is it popped up in the
What's this show?
For some reason I can't see the end of the 2 vote poll. So like I'm just trying to like not remember the players, but there it is. It popped up. Okay, cool.
It'll be like SP10, Sidey.
Who?
Sidey? Didn't you have Sidey in there?
Who'd you say before that, champ?
SB8, champ. SB8. You had Bobby in there as well.
Yeah. And then one more, man. For the road. For the road, that will be Jack Chris, brother.
Jack Chris. Cheers, Jimbo. It's been good. It's been interesting to see how some of you guys react to it as well, to be honest. Putting the shoe on the other foot.
It's good. It's good. It'll be intriguing starting the pie performers from round 1 when we have a clean slate. I think that we're gonna have to add to the value of the show because we're gonna have more people wanting to tune in. So we'll do our best to give you our best. But yeah, on weeks like these, brother, when it's just like we've won but it doesn't really mean anything, it's like, what do you do? We just laugh instead of crying, right?
Yeah, it makes it feel like the season's going on a little bit longer.
Yeah.
What I want to see is the game of the round, I reckon. First in 2 weeks is Hawthorn, Western Bulldogs. Wow, we're going to have to watch that together. That's going to be a game and a half.
At the G. It's a shame. It's a shame, though, brother. I wish they weren't playing each other in the first round because I feel like they're the form, like almost like the form sides of the comp.
Nah, 100%. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Do
we care if they win? Like, do we care if either of those teams win the flag, or are we like?
Well, I kind of want the Bulldogs to win, so I can go back and clip that fan cast moment of me saying the Bulldogs team is the dark horse. They're going to win it.
Yeah.
When they weren't completely on song yet, they just showed glimpses of being good. But a bit of hawk ball, hey, I'm not too bad at that either. Don't do it, champ. Don't. You get clipped up there.
I'm not going to do it. So,
you get clipped up by me, man.
No. Sidey gets the 1. Sidey gets the 1. So that marks the end. And guys, we'll pull up the winner if you didn't know who it is on 38 points.
Is the man.
The GOAT. And unlucky runners up, DC. Like I said, if it wasn't for this guy, the best player in the league at age 21, DC would have a People's brother. You don't get the Copeland Trophy, that's fine, but brother, he misses out on the People's Champ as well. Come on,
double whammy.
What are you doing?
What do you do? I don't know, man. I don't know. It is what it is. Hopefully, it's kind of reflective to see how the Copeland Trophy goes. That would be interesting when we do a full season. Imagine if the fans get that correct.
True. We'll save this and we'll see how far off this top 5 was. So I'll just quickly, one last time, guys, for the one time. There's your People's Champ, Nick Daicos, +5 after the game from the weekend, so 38 points. DC did not poll.
No, didn't get any votes in the last round.
Oh, well, okay. Yep. Jack Crisp, a victim of his own role, and Daicos came in late, and SP8 finishes with 8. How ironic!
Yeah. All right, well, we'll sum it up there. You got anything planned? Okay.
Nah, just play it by ear now. Really?
Yeah,
That's
exactly. We'll do pie performers. Pie performers. Fucking people. What the fuck am I doing? What we'll do a Pie's Eyes podcast probably sometime during the week, chat. Maybe we got time now. Our footy season's almost over as well, man. I don't know. I'm like big hole until preseason, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll just see, boys. We'll also be doing. Maybe we'll do a season recap as well. We'll see of each player. Could be a long one though.
We'll put something together.
Yeah. Too easy, champ. I'm dying. I need to eat. Go and eat the boys.
See you guys. Take care. Still ending.